Money, money, money. Welcome to Ghana Money TV, where we give you tips, tools, and deals. And on this channel, we seek to be providing you financial services and product information across the country and review some of the best prices you can get. If this is the first time you're joining us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, join us on Facebook and Instagram, and follow us on Twitter. In this video, we want to be talking about business strategies in Ghana for Ghana. You are a startup. You've just finished school. You have a brilliant idea. You are an established businessman who already have a product or a service. You are an investor who wants to come into Ghana. You need specific strategies that could help your business grow and expand. Number one, let's look at the need. What are you trying to solve? What gap have you seen in the market that you think your product or your service could be successful? It is so easy for you to just sit, have an idea that can actually work. However, if it is not going to solve a problem in Ghana, I bet you Ghanaians are not going to buy into it. So the need has to be thought of. You need to be able to think about the need of Ghanaians. So what can you do? Talk to people. Visit the country if you are not in the country. Speak to your local people. Speak to friends and family. Talk to them about your idea and your specific product. Because if you can't even sell to your family and friends, trust me, your business is not going to survive. It's a fact. You should be able to sell that particular product or service to a family member or a colleague. Ask them if they would buy if something like that is on the market. Then you would actually get an idea what you are developing. Then you'll be able to shape your idea towards that particular need. Because it is so easy for you to sit within your own surface, think about it, analyze, or have all the data. However, if you don't look at what Ghanaians need, then you are actually fighting a lost battle from day one. So the need is very, very critical. And there's one thing, if your product is not going to help people, if your product is not going to help Ghanaians, why would Ghanaians want to buy it? They wouldn't. And so let's look at some of the examples of businesses or strategies that are actually working in Ghana. Banking. A very few years ago, we had a very few people who were doing business with banks because not a lot of people actually have bank accounts. There are more people without bank accounts than people who have bank accounts, and it's a fact. However, mobile money came into the system to actually solve a specific problem. Mobile money. You have an account already, that is your phone number, that can be used to transfer and transact business. How great is such an idea? And so you realize that currently there is a lot of money going about or moving within the mobile platforms. And the industry is growing. MTN actually planning, or they have an ambition to be a bank. And they can do it because they have the numbers, they have the customers, the consumers, and they have a lot of money to play with. People are doing business on mobile money platforms because it is solving a specific problem. And that is what we need to understand. Solve the problem, see the need, solve it, and you will be successful. Let's look at waste. There is a lot of waste being generated in the country. However, who is solving that problem? Zoomlion, Hannes Waste, Asadu Waste, they are solving the problem that is there, and in return, they are making money. So you realize that it is not just a coincidence that businesses are striving. They are thinking about the need of people. We can also think about the selling of products. Tonaton is there, Jumia is there. There's a lot of companies doing the same thing that me and you can do. However, they are doing differently because they are solving problems. So that is the need. Number two, let's think about targeting of customers. If you can target customers who have very little options because of their limited cash, you are in business. Because a lot of people make mistakes, and I am a testament of, I can actually testify towards this. If you go into the country thinking that you are actually targeting the rich, you are targeting people who are actually at the top, the people who have money, your business is going to struggle. Because how many are they? Look at the numbers. How many people have little amount of money to spend? You realize that the masses, the people at the bottom, they are the guys who can actually buy your product. And so why not target them? The percentage is that you can actually see the data. There's a lot of people who would buy your product if you target them. But most of us are actually targeting the higher class, the ones we call the elite. And in return, we struggle. So a typical example, let's look at banking again. What did Beige Capital do? When they came into the market, Barclays was there, Standard Chartered Bank was there, you had Ecobank, you had all these, but then they started off as a savings and loan company. And what did they do? They had their branches in the market. Every single market that you can go, you realize that Beige Capital was there. And they were targeting people with less amount of money. And who wouldn't want to actually open an account with them? Because it wasn't a big deal for them to actually take anybody. It doesn't matter how much you had, they will take your money. And then now look at what they are. Beige is now a bank, starting off as a savings and loans company. Now they are Beige Bank. Their strategy is so amazing that if you look at it, you realize that it is just a simple strategy that anybody can do. It's just targeting people with less amount of money or less options. Let's compare Beige to some of the banks that are struggling. And a typical example is UT Bank. What did they do? They started off as a bank. It's not a problem. I'm not saying nobody knows the problems or the issues or how it came about that the bank is no more. However, we're just comparing. How come? I mean, there's because the strategy. They didn't. If you target the people on the ground, the masses, I bet you your business is going to survive. So those are some of the examples that you can think about. People with limited cash, they buy into your products. Another example is household products. Let's look at what the specialized and special group of companies are doing, the products they are bringing into market. Let's look at, they are creating products that are already in existence. But what is the target group? Let's look at this way. This way products is the same hot chocolates that we have in our Cadbury's and our Nestle's but however, they are targeting the masses, and so the product is selling. So you just look around you, target the masses, you can make business. Differentiate your business. Differentiate yourself from the same market that you are in. Seriously, if you want to make it in Ghana, you need to place yourself in such that somebody will come to you because of what you are giving them. You cannot just follow what everybody is doing. You can't. If you do that in a market, you are going to collapse. And most people do that because they feel that because they are learning, because some people are doing it, they are just going to, you don't know why that strategy is there for one company that you are going to copy. So you can't do that. Fine, you can be in the same market. There's nothing wrong going to do the same thing that somebody is doing. However, you need to differentiate yourself. So if you look at some of the typical examples, let's look at banking again. What is the objectives? Look at banking. Standard Chartered Bank. They are one of the best banks in Ghana. However, they have a different target group. Of course, they target the elite. It is their strategy. And so Ecobank has got their own strategy. They want to be a Pan-African bank. Every bank wants to be different. And so you need to set yourself apart so that your business can grow and you stick to it. Let's look at the FM stations, the media. What did this FM station do, Peace FM? They came into the system different. When everybody was doing English, they started to do it in the local language. They started with Chi, and look at that. One of the most successful media companies in Ghana because of Peace FM. It's a fact. And so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Look at the strategy that's working and apply it. And so differentiate yourself by creating a brand. Then you can actually be different and your business will grow. The last one, number 4 that we want to talk about is don't compete with the established business because you wouldn't survive. Be in your lane. Stick to what you know best. And this is something that we are not doing because we feel that maybe we can just follow what people are doing and then do it. However, if you stick in your lane, if you look at what you are good, if you can take your own journey, you realize that your principles are going to be different. You are going to have a different plan. Your recruitment is going to be different. It is going to be so different such that people will actually want to come to you. An example, so let's look at VIP and then the state transport companies. VIP is doing something different. Whenever you come to VIP, you would get a vehicle to travel. Whenever you go there, you are going to, it doesn't matter, they are there 24/7. Every time you go to that station or that yard, you will get a vehicle to travel. So that is number one. Tecno, as against some of the big brands. Tecno is providing some of the mobile phones that it works. Seriously, I've used Tecno before and their mobile phone works. But what are they doing? They are doing it in such markets that they are providing people with certain amount, certain quality of phones, and the price and profits are low. So, hey, these are some of the 4 strategies that we are going to share with you. See if you can apply, see if it works. These things are not 100%. However, for 99% of the times, I bet you it's going to work because these are strategies that are tried and tested. Thank you for being with us once again. Wait out for the next video. Subscribe to our channel, follow us, and let's just get the discussions going. See you.